Every week, I come on here. I keep forgetting. No, I don't keep forgetting. I just don't do it. I keep saying that I'm gonna like redecorate a little. But every single time you see the place, there's something new. Do I look presentable? Do I look nice? The middle part is back. The middle part is back. Welcome. Hello. Hi everyone. My name is Lilac, and this is Everlasting Ubas. Where the Ubas everlasts. Walang kwenta. Nandiyan na naman po tayo. How's everyone doing? It's by the time you'll see this, Subway by Chappell Roan will be out. I love that song. Can I just say, how long have I been waiting for that song? How long? Since that fucking Gov Ball. Ang tagal-tagal na ng Gov Ball. I love. Can I just say? Can I just say? Am I allowed to say that I love Chappell Roan? I love Chappell Roan. I love you. Okay. Need to calm down. We just got here. We're already noise polluting. I need to calm down. I should stop looking at the time because I got conscious and I either try to speed up or talk nonsense. True. I always feel like I have this like responsibility of keeping the podcast around the same length each time. Which is, valid. I mean, consistency, cool. But I realize, diba, some ebas might end earlier than other ebases. And some ebases will just go on forever. That's why it never ends. Ano ba? So, my thing is, now I shouldn't look at it. Okay? This is an active effort from me. That every time I see I sort of see the time, I will pretend like I don't see it. Or at least I don't I'm not actively checking. Alam mo yun? I can check at the end, but I don't think na I should be checking periodically. Feeling ko kasi, I feel like the last episode, I kept looking at it. Para I can time the ebas to be sort of around the same time, which resulted into every time the ebas ends na. That's wrong. I shouldn't say it like that. That goes against the entire point. No, but when the ebas has run a bit of its course, and I'm starting to hallucinate things because again, I'm alone here. I'll be talking to myself. Why do I keep doing that? I feel like okay. For those who don't see, I wonder if there are a good amount of you that listens to this purely by audio. And I feel like I accidentally do things. Or I might talk about a thing while demonstrating it and you guys are not seeing it. I should make it also a habit that once I'm talking about something, I'm also explaining what I'm doing. Yes. I feel like that's just common podcast courtesy that I'm not picking up. Anyways, how is everybody's week? August is about to enter. Oh, by the time this comes out, August has probably entered salt air. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Every time I come on here, I'm having the worst month of my life. I hope August. It's coming August. There are a lot of things I'm looking forward to this month. So I hope everything, I hope things just go as planned. I don't need for things to go stellar. Okay? As long as we're good, we're fine, I come out of it unscathed relatively, we're good. Okay? That's all I ask for. Because the past few months I've been reaching her. I'm like, you better be good to me this month. You better be good to me. Gone to shit. I literally stepped on a clump of shit. And then nadapa ako. And then also hit shit on my face. That's kind of gross. Okay, that's too graphic. Ew. Ew. So hopefully this month I am checking for shit on the road. Why are we talking about shit? I need to calm down. Show Tamagotchi, child is meow. Child is meow. Child is meow. This is my Tamagotchi. I feel like a Animal Crossing character. This is my Tamagotchi. Where is it? This is my Tamagotchi. It's a Tamagotchi paradise. I recently got it. It's a treat. It's a treat for myself. I've been wanting one for a while now, and I finally got it. My first baby. I'm gonna show you. Am I talking to the mic? I'm talking to the mic now. I'll show you my first baby. My first baby. You can't even see this shit. It's a fucking rock. It's a fucking rock. Okay, I was aiming for them to be a cute little butterfly. One thing led to another because I didn't read the guide thoroughly. And now I have a smiling rock. But that's still my child. So, I'm taking care of them. I still want the... I know you can like come up to like 6 pets. So, okay lang. Okay lang, okay? But my first baby, let it be known as a pet rock. My first tama. Hindi ko alam kung nakikita nyo siya, pero like, tingnan nyo. It's just a rock with a face. But that is my child. So, welcome to the world. Anyways, everybody, please get Tamagotchis. I know if those who are like interested in getting one, I know there's a place in Green Hills that sells them. And there are places in Shopee that sells them also. You just look around. Just look around. And it's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. I'm sometimes in public and it's like, and I'm like, oh, my child is hungry. I need to feed my child right now. Anyways. Ang dami ko ng... Saan ito papunta? Subway should be out by now. Please listen to Subway by Chappell. Please listen to Subway by Chappell Roan. She's moving to Saskatchewan. Chappell Roan, don't leave. Can I tell you how the journey of me listening to this song? Because I've been listening to this song on YouTube, on all its lives, and I'm just so thankful that the studio version will be out na. I love you, Chappell Roan. I think Chappell Roan is on the list of my like top 3 pop stars currently. What are my top 3? My top 3 would probably be Pink Pantheress, Biba Doobie, pop star, very, very vague word. Musician. My favorite musicians currently. Artists are Pink Pantheress, Chappell Roan, and Biba Doobie. That's my top 3. That's my current top 3. Yeah, I love them all. I love my girls. I rarely listen to men. I just love women. Love women. Love Pink. Okay. Where is this? This has been the most... Like, can you tell that I was like a little ngarag when I came? A little ngarag when I came here. Why am I saying that weird? A little ngarag. When I came in here. Because... Again, I told you, I wasn't able to clean. Last time I said I was gonna clean the balcony. I didn't get to do that. So the mess is still here. In my defense, truly, I don't see my set that often. I only literally come here to shoot. But I'll be doing it. It's probably coming. We're gonna have. I'm claiming it already. I'm gonna have a bit of rest time these coming days. I'll say it. I'm not shy to say it. I am manifesting it. I'll be getting my like rest these next few days. So including that rest is probably cleaning here. So we'll see. I hope. I hope. Anyways, ang dami ko ng inebas. Right tayo sa ebas number one. Ebas number one. The art of unassuming food. AKA food that you won't bat an eye for but are life-changing. The art. Okay. Okay. I'll we're talking about, we're having two backstories today. We're having two backstories, which is backstory number one. I recently went to Hialek. Hialek ba yung pangalan? Hialek. With my boyfriend. Thai food. Chinese Thai? Or just Thai? We have our go-to. Oh, I mentioned here last time. Our go-to Thai place is Khao Kai. Because one, it's relatively close. And two, it's just good. Like, it's so consistent. Because every time I go there, I get good food. So it's like, wow, great, sure. I've also talked about here last time na parang I've gotten, I don't know if I've talked about it here last time, na parang I feel like we've gotten the best of the best na in Khao Kai. I don't think I've mentioned it actually. Pero our first time that we went there, that was our best experience because you're experiencing all these food for the first time. And then the next few times we went there, we've tried their other stuff, and we're finding out na parang the items that we ordered the first time we went there are the best ones already. Which is not bad. Which is not bad. You can have your best sells and you can have your signature dishes. That's good. That's good. But that also means that every time we go there, it means we have to crave those specific items that we order. I know it's I remember we ordered the gaitod, which is the fried chicken, the pork belly, their yawaraj. It's their fried rice. And then their Thai milk tea. Those are the ones I love to order. And they're kind of like their bests na. For me. And we've tried their other stuff then. And parang, those like, if I went there and I had to pick like my, like, you know, the things I do want to eat, I'd go back to our first orders, which are those. Where was this going? Anyways, wanted to eat Thai food, and he was raving about this place. Kind of, sakto lang. Like it's not that known. I think it's the only branch it has here. I don't know. Basta Hialek, and he's talked about it for a while because every time I mention like I'm craving Khao Kai, he would mention, "Oh, we should try Hialek sometime." I'm like, okay. And then we finally were in the area to try it. I was like, oh, we should have dinner here. We went in, kind of empty, the place. I feel like it's just also not in a place where it's like, you know, lots of foot traffic. Or if there is foot traffic, it's a little hidden. Like, naka-indent in siya. So it's kind of a, if you know, you know, type place. Versus I would compare something like Khao Kai na, there's a lot of branches of Khao Kai now. And that specific branch of Khao Kai, lots of people pass by there because there's a lot of bars. So when we entered the Hialek, it was like relatively empty. The pictures of the food were nice. Okay, it was cool. But again, I told you, he's obsessed with this place. Like, he like makes it a duty to go there every now and then to keep them in business. That's the dedication because he loves the place. So we order the thing he wants me to try, which is their pad thai. Not super big on pad thais. Okay lang. I don't go out of my way to crave pad thais. And then also ordered like a pork belly with rice thing. I forgot something. Their kapao. Ah? Mu. I will not even get into it because I don't remember exactly what. But it's their pork belly. It's their pork belly with the rice dish and then their pad thai. The pad thai comes. Ordered, came in. Place is nice. The pad thai comes and I'm like, that looks okay. It's nothing shocking. Alam mo yun. Like, it's also not like when it came in, I was like, oh, I can't wait to dig into that. It's like, I mean, it's pad thai. And then I was like, you try it, you should try it, you should try it. I'm like, okay, I have a bit. When I tell you, when I tell you, I felt like Remy the Ratatouille, strawberry and cheese. Ow! Oh my god. Oh, where's that flavor coming from? I'm not, and I was just like, I feel like then with that, when that happened, I was just like, my first reaction to him was like, oh, that's good. Like I didn't trust him the entire time. No, I mean I do trust him. But we also have like very vastly different like taste buds. I do trust that it's gonna be good. But he might just like it better than I did. But I did. I loved it. And I feel like a big chunk of why I was so shocked that it was good was because it didn't look like anything. It was in the pictures, it looked more saturated. So when it arrived, it did look kind of dead. It was a little it was a little brown, and there wasn't a lot of like color interest. Also, cause it's pad thai, so it's the noodles, it's the sauce, it's some toge, and then the meat. So they're all in the shade, some sort of shade of brown to beige. So the thing didn't look exactly like, alam mo yun, it doesn't look like, what's the word? It didn't look like it was gonna, it's unassuming, again, I said, it looked, for lack of a better term, it looked kind of mid when it arrived. But when I tasted it, I was like, excuse me, excuse your mouth, that's so good. That's so good. And I was just like, I'm a believer now. Here, like, baby, I get you. I know what you're serving, and I understand. I was like, talk about said bringing you to Hialek to try their pad thai, and it didn't look the most appetizing. I wouldn't say no to it, but di ako natakam when it arrived. Parang, oh, okay, cool. Exactly. And it turned out to be so good, what the fuck. Exactly. That's what I said. Backstory number two. So before we get into it, I love this. I feel so structured today. Can you feel it? On my birthday, all of the things I ordered, like all the food that I ordered for my birthday were, paano ba? They were all my favorite foods. So I had walk it out. I had walk it out dumplings. I don't remember what else I was putting on there. Walk it out dumplings, pizza. Tama ba? Okay. Basta it was essentially a spread of like party finger food or just food in general that I loved, like obsessed with. Because of course, I mean, it's my birthday. What else would I be serving? One of the things that I ordered there was Sbarro's Baked Ziti. I have a long-standing history with Sbarro's Baked Ziti. Every single time there's a Sbarro in the area, it's like my little treat. When I was in senior high school, my favorite, it was my post-exam meal. So if the exam went badly, I needed something to pick me up, I would get Sbarro Baked City. And if the exam went well, I rewarded myself with Sbarro Baked City. Because it's kind of expensive. I wouldn't say na it's like, I mean, and now, like, I mean, definitely around that time, I was like, oh my god, this, why is this kind of mahal? For, compared to everything else that you could buy, or at least with my senior high school money also, it was also just like, this is kind of, so, alam mo yun, it was a treat. It was a reward. So, for me, Sbarro City, comfort food, and I ride it. I ride for that shit. Like, oh my god, I love Sbarro Baked City, and I didn't realize up until my birthday that not, what is that? Okay, not everybody has had Sbarro Bake City. Okay? I That was new to me that people were having Sbarro Bake City. Because I feel like in my head, since I loved it so much, that people just kind of knew about it. I have that I have this notion that once I enjoy a thing, I talk about it so much that people around me just kind of remember and just kind of find out. Or if that's why I'm always like shocked when people like remember things about me and they're like, you talk about it all the time. And I'm like, that's so fair. I black out and talk about these things, so I don't really like remember which ones of these things I talk about. But this one, I felt like I did talk about. I used to, when I moved here for college, we also lived near Ace Barrow. So, I don't know. I feel like I would have mentioned it. I also feel, or if I mentioned it, people, my ideas when I mentioned it, people probably just thought like, oh yeah, he likes that. That's nice, and never thought twice about it. Okay, so when my birthday rolls around, I bring in like a giant pan of Sbarro Bake City with Alfredo sauce. People tried it and they were like, "What is this? What is it? Where did you get this?" And I'm like, "That's Sbarro Bake City." And they're like, "That's just good," and I'm like, I know. I've been talking about it. I've been saying that. And they're like, no, it's really good. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I fucking know. And then I realized there, na parang, oh, it doesn't look like anything. It, in, it, this looks like just pale, slightly cheesy pasta that you can get anywhere. It's very, for a lack of a better term, it's very mid-looking. So the fact that people were shocked that it's good, and I was shocked that people only found out it's good now, makes sense to me. Because I'm like, oh, it looks like nothing. It doesn't look like it's anything to write about. It doesn't look like I'm about to take pictures of it when I get it, you know? Okay. I have a pimple on my chest. And I keep seeing it. It keeps, now that I mentioned it, I'm Barbara Streisanding it. You guys are seeing it now. I will be making attempts of covering it, but we'll see. Okay. Ayan. Okay. Anyways, so ayun, I feel like there's this very good subsection of food that are just, I wouldn't really add to my plate if it was in a potluck or a buffet. But if someone told me to try it, I'd be talking about it all night. And that's where I feel like both of these dishes like fall exactly under. I never would have thought about it. I never thought about it until then. Parang, I also wouldn't get that baked ziti unless somebody told me. Because I just like pasta with white sauce. So whether or not I know it's good, it's my go-to. So I probably also just found out that Bar Bake City was like, oh wait, this is good. And well, it's been a long time since I had it for the first time, so I wouldn't know. I just like pasta in general, so I would have just like ordered it without thinking twice. But I didn't realize that other people, that's not their go-to. So it's like, and it's also not like eye-catching enough to be like, yeah, I should order that. And I don't be also telling people, somebody please take your time to go out of your day to order Sbarro Bake City. I wasn't like, I mean, I raved about it. If somebody told me like, what's your like go-to like Italian fast food or whatever, I would say Sbarro Bake City. What Italian tuloy? What's your go-to pasta? Anyway, I think my go-to pasta, fast food pasta anywhere is probably Sbarro. And I've just, ulit-ulit tayo, I've just never thought twice about it. But now I have. And now I've been open to a world of like, I cannot take a picture of this and it being like, appetizing that much. Alam mo yun? Like, versus when you would like, I would say, post like samgyup. And then people are like samyang. People be replying to that shit. They're like, oh my God, that looks so fucking good. Versus, I would say, a picture of the baked city or the picture of the pad thai. They'd be like, cool you're eating pad thai. I don't, lian mo yun, if I saw somebody post it on their story, I wouldn't blink. I wouldn't bat an eye. I wouldn't blink. But yeah. I said, don't judge a book by its cover. I will never know. Some of these dishes might change my life because I never gave it a fair chance. Hey, I like pad thai. I am so sorry. And that's my thing. Feeling ko, even if now, like, I entered Hialek and then I didn't have Sid's like suggestion to get the pad thai, I would look around, would see what other people are ordering, and I would ask their server, what should I order? Even maybe if they suggested the pad thai, I might not get it. But had it not been suggested at all, I would not think to get it at all. But I was at that restaurant. I'm like in disbelief. I was like, that's so good. That's so good. And I was like, damn. Whoa. And I've just been thinking about now all the food that I've never tried because they just don't look interesting. Because their food that like looks bad and tastes good. It's not that it looks like nothing. It doesn't look like it will be bad. But it's also not like it doesn't look so good that it's appetizing. I mean, it's appetizing enough. That's the like where it lies. That's why I feel like it's also just like it's it's so middle of the pack that I wouldn't question it being there, but I also wouldn't be interested to get it. Mm. Kind of like that joke when a restaurant's customer service is shit, you might be having the best meal of your life. Unassuming. And whenever I'm in a restaurant, especially mga Chinese restaurant, where it takes a while to get a menu, to get an order in, best believe that food is gonna be fucking good. And true statement. I'm having a stroke. True enough for most of the restaurants that I've tried that are like that. The food really does come out great. Mm. Shout out, what's that place in Binondo that I love? Shout out, Waying? Not sure. Not sure. Not Waying eh. I'll find out. I'll come back on here na. Let me note that. Is it Waying? Is it Waying? For next time. Okay. Anyways, dishes like also the fun experience of experiencing nothing and getting something crazy. I feel like that also adds to it. I truly came. Okay, like I came on it. I truly came on there. Ew. I I I got that dish. I had no expectations of it. When it arrived on the table, still had no expectations of it. So when I had a bite of it and it like Remy Ratatouille me, oh my god. Oh, not even, what am I saying? Remy Ratatouille me. Yeah. Cheese and strawberry. I'm thinking of two different scenes kasi. I keep thinking yung kay Critic kasi I keep on thinking also about Remy eating the cheese with the strawberry. Okay, whatever. I need to like, what's happening? Baby girl. Okay. Anyways, dishes like the ziti and the pad thai are the opposite of performative because I can take as much pictures of it all I want, but I will never be able to let that experience translate unless you come over and taste the dish. Exactly. There's no performativeness to me liking it, and there's no I mean like I can like try to convince you as much as I could through pictures or whatever, but that will I can talk my shit now. But unless you taste it and you make your own like, okay, then it was good. That's the only time you could ever say it's good. Mm. That's why it's not performative. I don't know where I was getting with that. Yes. If you have your own version of this type of dish, please let me know. I will be the judge of it. Yes, please. I am now now that this world has been open to me, I am now on a quest to find out what the best where the best food are. Cause now I'm like, it could be hiding somewhere in plain sight. Ebas number two. Dare I say it, not all pop stars would want to be the most famous. Not everyone is suited for superstardom, but also not everyone wants superstardom. Can I get an applause for that? Can I get an applause for myself for saying that? My opinion. My opinion. Famous, sure, but not always the most. Best examples would be Doja and Chappell. The opposite of this example, where like superstardom, meant for superstardom, handles superstardom really well, I would say like Taylor and Beyonce. Okay, okay. Are we like getting what I'm throwing down? Are we picking it up? Yes. I said on here, the assumption of wanting to play the game equals you must want to win it is there's the correlation does not exist. That's not the same thing. Wanting to win doesn't wanting to play doesn't always mean wanting to win. Sometimes you just want to play. Sometimes you just want to play. Sometimes you're here for the art of it. You know, sometimes you just want to share your art to the world. Sometimes you just want to perform. Sometimes you just want to sing. Sometimes you just want to share your music. Sometimes it's not all about being the most famous pops, being the most chart topping. Sometimes you're just here to let people enjoy and yourself enjoy. And okay, in my head, sometimes superstardom takes away from that. That's why I'm like, some pop stars just not even just built for it. I think some pop stars don't want it. They could be built for it, but they just don't. They don't want the. I mean, I get wanting to be appreciated. It always doesn't have to be oh whoa at like the global scale that people imagine should be the end goal for every single pop star, right? Some just want a steady cult following, a cozy crowd, or just the space to keep creating without the entire world all up on them. For example, Carly. I think Carly is one of those girls that parang like they would have a mainstream hit every now and then, but I wouldn't say Carly has like super stardom. Like that's why people still joke all the time na parang like Carly's kind of nugu, which is like untrue. But also she has a very dedicated fan base, you know? And I feel like that's fine. I feel like not everyone has to be there on top. Sometimes a few people can occupy the alam mo yun, like I feel like there's this notion kasi na once you're in the type of field like that, now once you're a pop star, for example, you have to be the best pop star, the most famous, the most successful pop star in the world. You can't just be like pretty successful. Everybody kind of wants you to be like the most, the best. They're better. They're better than any other pop star there is because they're on top. You know? And I feel like we've lost the plot truly. Because why is that the metric for being a good pop star? And people always, but like, there is this notion na pang if you're not aiming or if you're not like, you know, on the ride to that level of pop stardom, it's not, parang invalidated ka na agad in that sense. And I feel like that's just weird. Let us have indie artists. Let us have artists that are mildly, not even mildly, just like pretty ako as long as my like artist, my pop star, my musician gets to do this for a living without struggling, and they still get to do the stuff they want to do because it's successful enough to be at that level, okay na sa akin yun. As long as they keep to get they keep they can I'm having a stroke. As long as they can do what they want to do, and as long as they get to make the art that they want to make, okay na yun sa akin. Again, I don't I don't think neither do they. I don't need Doja and Chappell to be at the level Taylor and Beyonce are operating, because why do I need them to be? No reason. Doesn't make their art worse or better. Could make their art worse actually. But there is no reason for them to constantly be aiming for that spot if they don't want to. You know, I hate this notion that they have to. That they have to be like every single has to be chart topping. I appreciate that the things they're putting out are good because they like it. And they like what they do. I don't have them. I don't want them. Huh? I want that for them if they want it. They don't, it's not, that shouldn't be us, the audience's goal for them to be there. No, gets ba? Sa kanila na yun. Kung gusto nilang ma-achieve yun, and like for example, for Doja and Chappell, feeling ko kakaya naman nila. Pero, if they don't want it, people shouldn't be up in arms if they don't want to have it. And sometimes, if they don't get it, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Right? Not everybody has to be the number one pop star in the world. Not all our pop stars have to be the number one pop star in the world. They can be my number one pop star. They can be your number one pop star. But they don't constantly have to be operating on the level that they have to be everybody's favorite pop star. They could be. They could be. But I think the idea lang na people want it for them because it feels like the end goal for all of them is weird. If I join a company, if I work for a company, my end goal isn't to be the CEO. It could be. It could be. But do you come into a job, you apply for a job, and your end goal is to own the company? No. It could be. But I just, it's so weirdly imposed kasi on the pop stars, okay? It's so weirdly, like they have to be all of it at the same time. And sometimes I feel like they don't want that. So why push that like narrative for them? I would like for them to grow their, like career-wise, musically. I want for them to grow, period. But sometimes, you know, I think then na parang the notion of growth for a lot of people, for them, is that they have to be constantly on top, and we're starting to get brain rotted by these charts and these awards and these. Sometimes like it's nice to be acknowledged. It's nice to be seen. But I don't think it has to constantly be like, you know, gets ba? I feel like not everyone has to be Beyonce. And not everybody wants to be Beyonce. Let Beyonce be Beyonce. Let my pop star do what they want to do. If they want to aim for that superstar pop stardom, I will be there. I will support it. But sometimes they don't. And why are we punishing them if they don't want that? That's weird. I don't like that. Right? It doesn't always have to be number one all kill chart topping sold out in less than 30 seconds. Let people be sold out in the amount of time it gets sold out. Ebas number 3. Yun na. Cut that ebas off. Cut that ebas off. I will always come back to me. Ay, what happened? Bakit biglang... Bakit my voice? What's so melancholic in here? I will always come back to me. I will experience multiple versions of me. But I have come to a place where meeting myself where I want to isn't as hard because I've had to develop that sense of self. Paulit! Pati ako na-confused. I will always come back to me. I will experience multiple versions of me, but I have come to a place where meeting myself where I want to isn't as hard because I've had to develop that sense of self. I said on here. Okay, well, sure. I'm thinking if I'm backstorying first. I'm backstorying a little. Sige. I passed by a TikTok that was like dissociating in the middle of the party because you're trying to find your like sense of self. But something existential dread, something finding yourself, something parang people get lost in that idea kasi parang they suddenly don't know who they are and it's happening at the height of a party. Parang ganun. That's what, something like that. The TikTok went something like that. And I was like, I don't think I've ever experienced that. At least of recent. And parang like, I don't think, or at least for me, I don't think I'll experience that. Oh my gosh, I keep seeing, guys, please don't look. I keep seeing the pimple. It's gigantic. Now that I'm seeing it on camera, I should have put like a pimple patch on it. Anyways. Okay, let's fix that hair. Okay. Intermission. Sorry, intermission. And I don't think I've ever, or at least in the next, I don't think I'll experience it anytime soon. Okay, there we go. Or at all. At least currently where I am, I don't think I'll experience it. There. Okay. I don't think I'll experience it. Because, okay, I wrote on here. I'm just gonna follow the notes. Because ayan na naman, off tangent na naman ako. Tapos mamaya, hindi ko na naman alam anong pinagsasabi ko. Anyways, I wrote here, hope maxing. I'm a person who believes there is good in this world, and I'm literally Steven Universe. You know how it's just like, oh my god, intergalactic war. Can we guys just hug it out? I'm literally so sad. Stop the war. Stop the violence. I feel that way. I feel that way living in this world. Tama ba? Pati ako na-lost na ako dun. Tangent, I will not let the universe and what it feeds me let the idea form that people aren't first and foremost good. And I will always believe people are bad by circumstance or can be bad. And that they don't start out as bad and can never do good. Oh. Gusto ko yung binasa ko lang tapos umuulan din ako. Agreed. Tama naman. And continue ko na nga kasi nandito pala yung point nun on the next one. I feel like this sort of core of me is where I always come to whenever I stray away from my current version. I will always present different me's to different people, but where I meet myself back is where all these versions converge. And I feel like for most people, they don't have that. So when they're hit with the raging truck of figuring out who they really are past the few things people know of them and people tell them, they get lost. The reason why I was explaining the hope core, or at least I was talking about the hope core, hope maxing thing earlier, is I feel like that's where I come back. Like, I feel like I've developed this. I do a lot of ruminating. Excuse me. I do a lot of ruminating about myself and my relation to this world and the people around me, my community, and just in general life. I like to talk, and with or without this podcast, I be talking to myself. So this is a new, and a recurring at least theme that I've had in the past good few years of my life is that I will never operate in a place where I think like everyone's bad. I will never operate in a world that is pessimistic. May term dun eh. Hedonistic. Hindi, mali. Something like that. But I will never operate from a place of thinking that people start out bad. Na, I feel like, what did I watch recently that's like this? Watch a movie. I watched something. I watched a cartoon. Basta. Na parang, there is always good in this world. There, and people start out good. Okay? I will never lose hope that there is good. Okay. That's where we're starting. And I feel like that has always been at the core of my being. And I'm realizing na parang a lot of my values, a lot of the things that I think about, a lot of the things that make me, me, are anchored to these ideas. And I feel like that's when I saw that TikTok, I'm like, I wonder like how people go about like realizing that. Because I can only like imagine being like, imagine getting hit by an existential dread at a party. Imagine just like, and then parang you just have like this realization hit you na parang you don't know yourself, you don't know, like all this feels so, alam mo yun, like it's also like perfect setting that you're realizing at the party. That's probably why I'm just like, oh my god, that sounds crazy. Pero gets, because it's like, past this, who are you? And parang, I feel like everybody has met a different version of me for the past how many years. People have met me at times where this is completely unrecognizable to them. And but I've never come to a point na parang I've lost myself because I've presented so many versions of them to so many people. Because at the end of the day, I know who I'm coming home to, which is a version of me that acknowledges that these different versions of me are a big part of it consists of that person. Gets ba? Am I sounding insane, right? Oh, I'm giving you some like voodoo shit. But yeah, parang I've been thinking about it a lot and parang like, oh my god, have I ever will I ever experience this like loss of myself? Na parang I lost meaning, like what the fuck am I doing here in a negative way, ganon. And I've been thinking about it, and I'm just like, I don't think so. Kasi nga, ayun nga, parang I've built a relatively strong sense of self for the past few years because, again, I do be navigating things alone in that sense. No, even just like in the last few years, I feel like for a majority of my life, it has been figuring out me first, because the me in relation to others only happens when I know what's happening here. Gets. So parang like how I go about everybody else is determined by what's happening here. So I've had to figure this out first before we figure it out getting out. Okay? Okay. I feel like this did I already say that? Yes. I always hear stories of like people dazing out at the party because of existential dread and TikToks and the looming idea of almost dissociating from yourself because you don't know who you are. And I've always wondered why I can't super relate to that. And I think because I have such a formed sense of self. I can still get lost, but part of that means I know my way back while other people just might not. Yeah. Pero ayun, parang I guess seeing those, I don't know, was it like midnight, the midnight podcast? Tama ba? The midnight, basta yun. Just seeing this TikToks about like, it's almost like, when you're a kid and you become sentient, it's that but for adults. Parang you almost get sentient in the middle of the party. is your second sentience. And parang, I've always thought, that's so scary. And I'm like, if that happens to me, I don't know what I'll do. But I'm thinking about it more. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't know what to do because in my defense, I don't think, you know, I never stray too far off where I meet myself. I would need reminders every now and then. I might get lost. As I said here, but I don't think I'll ever come to a point where I don't know where to meet the version of me needed to operate all these other versions. No, I know who to come home to. I know who at the end of the day I know who I am. That's why I feel like every now and then na parang I would have this like am I adjusting too much for other people? And whenever I get that, I know where to meet me in. Like I know I know where it feels like I've gone too far or I didn't like or where I know where oh that's just how I am or that's like I know when it feels like I've adjusted too much in relation to other people because I know the true me. I know where I actually have to be back in to be like okay that's my normal, that's how I operate. Kasi nga, I've said on here also multiple times. So parang, there are times where I feel like I've adjusted and then people like that adjustment, mga ganon. And I feel like it's like I don't like that though. And I'm wondering why I don't like that because I know where the baseline is. I know that the real me is on there. And like looking at the sidelines, like that's too much. That's you. We've gone too far, and I know where to meet them back. Kaya parang in my head, had that situation happened to me at the party, I don't think it's the sense of self that's like I'm losing. I could be like I have shit to do tomorrow, so why am I here? But it's never a it's never a whole thing of oh my god, what am I? Who am I? What am I doing here? Because I will always know enough why. I will always know enough who I am for that to be like a thing. This has been the most ebas I've sounded in a while. That's a whole lot of nothing, baby girl. Anyways, that's all for today. That's all for. It's all for never. Here's my Tamagotchi again, showing my baby. I hope. I hope I made sense today. But then again, whenever ever, yeah. I hope. I hope. I hope my hair grows longer. It looks nice. What was I gonna say? This has been Never Ending Ebas. My name is Lilac. This has been Never Ending Ebas. Where the Ebas exactly never ends. Anyways, we're gonna end now. Bye.